Back in 2007, the Walker family lost 3 children and the Probst family lost 2. Now, more than a decade later, that loss has become a blessing for a couple of newlyweds. A car filled with 5 teenagers, icy roads, a nearby pond. That describes February 27, 2007. A day Jeremy and Sage Walker and their families will never forget. All 5 teenagers on their way to school when their car slid off the road and into a pond near Black Canyon Reservoir. Everyone inside was trapped and drowned. The victims, Sage's brother, 12-year-old Brant Probst, and their sister, 15-year-old Brooke. Also in the car were Jeremy's 15-year-old sister, Megan Walker, and brothers Tyler and Kyle, just 14 and 12 years old.
I'd always been a middle child. I was, the fourth down and the fourth from the end. And all of a sudden, that put me and then my just younger brother, we're the oldest in the family all of a sudden.
Jeremy was 10 at the time and Sage was 8.
So I just remember as my mom was taking me out the door, having in my head all day that a white car drove into a pond, and that was the color of the car they drove.
The Probst and Walker families had been close before the accident. The kids were all best friends.
After the accident, our families went on quite a few yearly traditions to remember the kids. We went to Hawaii together, went to Disney World together.
That's where Jeremy and Sage's love story begins.
We just became best friends.
But as Sage got a little older, and especially as I got a little bit older, it started to be pretty apparent that we had feelings for each other. I just remember at her 12th birthday, it was just like, man, Sage is so gorgeous. And I just I'd always thought she was so fun and beautiful and things like that, but I remember that being like the first time where I thought, man, I like Sage.
When we were really little in elementary, everyone loved Jeremy because he was like the coolest guy there, and it used to irritate me. So I was always like, I will never be the girl to like Jeremy. And I would tell everyone that, and then about later on, 7th grade-ish, I started to actually like him. And so that's kind of where the feelings started.
At Sage's 16th birthday, Jeremy asked her out on their first official date, and it went well. The two dated throughout high school, though not exclusively. Last year, in 2018, Jeremy returned from serving an LDS church mission, and they started dating seriously. The two were married in August.
Not a day goes by that I don't miss my older siblings, and not a day goes by that she doesn't miss her brother and sister. And that'll never change. But at the same time, not a day goes by that I don't feel like that tragedy has turned into a blessing.
Because Jeremy and Sage say that tragedy created a special connection between them.
We both lost siblings together, and that'll always be something that's so hard in our lives, but I also feel like it's something that I've always felt like I can understand how she feels, and I definitely feel like she understands how I feel.
Jeremy and Sage say they believe their siblings have always been watching over them, and maybe even doing a little bit of matchmaking.
And so, yeah, we felt like they've been excited. Like when we got married, we definitely felt them there on our wedding.
Or I imagine they're just like looking down and just as happy as could be.
Reporting in Twin Falls, Misty Inglet, Idaho's News Channel 7.